We have a $50 donation from Paige Reader that says, Kingdom Hearts is my favorite series, and KH2 is my favorite game within the series. I am loving watching this speedrun and learning some new tips and tricks for making my own playthrough easier. Thank you for showing off this great game and supplementing it with those amazing musical numbers. My favorite speedrun of the event. Thank you, Bloody and his couch friends.
Yeah, nice donation. That was nice.
So we should maybe do a quick explanation of what Data Org even is in the first place. We have a post-game area right over here in the Cavern of Remembrance, where we have these portals right here, 13 of them. They represent the datas of all of the Organization 13, and they're all in super boss form. So they all have pretty much max health, doing lots of damage, really crazy stuff.
Some of them will be bosses that we saw during the run, some won't, but even the bosses that we saw during the run will be completely different.
All right,
and just want to reiterate that he is on level 1.
We are on the highest difficulty
possible.
possible.
The menu real fast. Just
yeah. Level 1. You can look at my stats. Not the greatest for sure. All right, but yeah, I think I'm ready to go. I'll give you guys as good a countdown as I can. All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, we start off with Axel, and again, this is all about manipulating the RNG for the run. Determines the order in which we do these first few boss fights. He's going to be doing a lot of Blizzard and Reflect combos on this boss fight. Again, using that revenge value, that hidden value that we've looked into the data for, to know exactly when Axel's going to retaliate and use the Reflect at the precise timing.
We're going to be utilizing quite a few different Keyblades throughout this run. Right now, I forgot the name of it again.
The Mysterious Abyss Keyblade is what we're using for
Gives you a Blizzard boost, and as you can imagine, Axel is weak to Blizzard. Also, you're noticing Sora's health is depleting very quickly. That's because you're standing on literal fire right now.
Now, he's very close to an HP gate for Axel. He wants to get him as low as possible, but then once he gets him to a certain HP gate, he has to try to reflect and use the reaction command at the same time. Unfortunately, it didn't work, which is going to break our RNG manipulation for the rest of the run. Real shame, but what can you do? It's actually one of the most tight inputs in the game.
All right. Now, he wants to go ahead and use his reaction command because you cannot kill Axel while the floor is on fire, so he does need to use that once. Now going into limit form, using R's like we saw before. All right. Yeah. 1 down, 12 to go. It's going to get a lot more interesting now that we broke that RNG.
Yeah. Luxord in particular will be kind of a pain, but we'll just try our best, see what we can do. Luxord is going to be right up next. We don't need to do any Keyblade changing. You would think that having like a strength boost or reaction boost would do something. It doesn't make any difference at all.
Yeah, it's just number of hits to lower that time gauge. So right here we're going to be having to play this mini game. Bloody has to make very quick reactions. If you look in the bottom left corner, there's going to be a little mini game where there's going to be 3 X's and a circle. He just needs to time these inputs to get the circle, lowering that time gauge a lot.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing about the manipulation breaking is that we couldn't show you the insanely fast way of doing these mini games, but he still does them pretty damn quickly.
Those are pretty tough to time after only 4 loops. They get slower as you go to allow players to be able to eventually catch up to it.
But it doesn't get too slow in the data version, so if he lets it go on too long, it'll actually just turn him into a die or a card.
Yeah, just kind of imagine these are the harder versions of all of them. Yeah, so again, he's looking for that same HP barrier I was talking about in the
just a little up tap. There we go.
Yeah. So now we actually skipped this move earlier, but it turns out it's faster in the data version.
It's really, really hard to deplete his time gauge on level 1. So the best way to do it is just to play the game.
Let's just stay away from him.
Just hover midair. No big deal.
Now we've got this final mini game we have to hit. We have to get 4 circles. Let's see if Bloody's able to do it.
Pause buffering there.
Putting him to 1 health left and shooting a quick Blizzard.
Yeah. And he pause buffered because that last one, they move faster after you lock each one, so that last one
the last one is actually moving at a pace that's almost impossible to keep up with. All right.
All right, next up we got Marluxia.
Now the big thing about Marluxia is that the way Marluxia works is that he doesn't actually do damage to you directly through most of his attacks. Any of his attacks with the scythe don't do damage to you. However, they remove this counter that's above your head. And this counter is based on your level. What level are we at, Spike?
Level 1. If he hits us one time, you die.
Yeah. So he's going to be doing some magic at the beginning of this fight in order to manipulate the move that Marluxian's going to use. And unfortunately,
as I said,
death there.
I had it. That's right. I remember exactly what happened. That's okay. Yeah. One hit and it's pretty much over. What I had, what happened there was my preset magic was on Magnet from the last fight, and I wasn't used to that. I'm used to it always being on Firaga, so had a little panic attack there, but we'll give it another shot.
And again, ordinarily we do try to manipulate the RNG for this run, so it's one of those things that you have to improvise on the fly when that breaks. All right, so now that went a bit better. He got to get the move that he wanted, so he can use Comet to very rapidly deplete a lot of that health bar. It's going to push him into the next phase as quickly as he can. From here on out, he's going to wait for Marluxia to retaliate and then constantly use 3 reflects in a row into an guard break into explosion. Now that reflect damage is going to land right as Marluxia's coming into the center of the room. Otherwise, if it didn't land precisely as he shows up, then he would summon all these large pools that would kill you instantly. Normally, he's invulnerable while he's standing in the middle and doing this pool attack, but he has just a short period of time right as he teleports. Now we're going in for the DM skip.
Final form Firaga. It does not add revenge value. Yeah, this is final form, by the way.
Final form has these 2 Keyblades that are floating around you, and especially during every attack you use. The cool thing about them is that they make it for some reason so that Firaga specifically does not add revenge value. Limit form, we're going to see some of the same combos we've seen to finish off the boss.
There you go.
So now we're seeing these techniques that we've been talking about, like where the revenge value is constantly. Now we're using techniques that are just so overpowered, they don't use them in the specific way we're using them. There's a lot of spacing involved in the final form Firaga to make sure you're getting good damage there, making sure you're not using the final hit of ours. And now we got Xemnas.
Yeah, remember this guy? We just saw him a little bit ago.
He's a little bit different. He moves a lot faster.
We used to always, pretty much everybody fought Xemnas at the end of the run, but now it turns out that it's actually better to just fight him in the middle of it. So we're going to be still using the reflect slap shot idea that we had in the any percent portion of the run, but now we have a longer combo. We have more combo pluses on top of our normal combo, so we can actually get in a lot more reflect damage.
Let's see what he does here. Okay. I suspect that he'll go for the long combo, but there we go.
All right, so again, any of the moves that Xemnas uses here, you can choose from any one of them. Bloody, ready for everything.
All right, so we're getting close to where he's going to want to start climbing the building.
Yeah, normally you would climb the building and do the RC. He's going to try to skip it here through the usage of all those reflects during the long combo and now straight into the limit form. One more Ars Arcanum should hopefully do it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Nice.
Awesome.
Building skip. Pretty good. All right. Now, the scary thing about Xemnas is that he's actually a 2-part fight.
Just like in the regular.
Just like in the regular one. So if we die in this part, we're going to have to do the first part again.
Anger and hate.
Now, the entire point of this part of the fight is that he's going to start off with using these orb attacks. These orbs are great for us because we can reflect them to do a lot of damage and carry it into a combo. Every time that he does one of these combos, Xemnas has a choice of either using orbs or using a vine attack. And every time he uses orbs is exactly what we want. He's being very nice about it right now.
I don't remember the exact spot where it stops, so just gonna go ahead and do a single reflect there. If we do a double reflect before we get to the part where we wanna, okay, well.
Yeah, unfortunately he can keep using orbs and vines once he hits a specific HP value, or he can go into this laser attack. We'd rather see the orbs, but he knows how to deal with the lasers as well. Now there's that same kind of throw attack that we saw at the opening of the any percent portion of the fight.
Yeah, again, timing all these reflects very specifically. then using the reversals. Again, a lot of these attacks can kill in 1 or 2 shots. Using the limit form there, actually more so for the iframes right there, because he's instantly going to want to do an attack where he grabs Sora, and then you have to play as Riku there. We don't want that. Very slow, just a big time waster.
Now we're getting, hopefully, near the end of laser phase. Yeah, he's going to do...
Once again, same concept. Try to get him to 0.75 bars. Next one should do it.
Good.
And there we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, unfortunately, we do have to sit through that entire cutscene again.
Right.
This is one of the reasons why we liked ending it on this one previously.
Sure, feeling like, okay, I got a PB. Not, well, minute break. So, yeah, we just saw this. So, Edo, you can...
No problem.
Donations.
We have a $50 donation from Anonymous that says, so glad I was able to catch the end of the Kingdom Hearts run. If I didn't need to go to work to get money to donate, I would have been watching SGDQ all week. $150 donation from the Space Pope that says, enjoying the speed run of Kingdom Hearts. Donald always died on me too. Donation goes to Runner's Choice.
It never gets old. It never gets old.
Also worth pointing out, some people might be sitting home like, why does Sora have a crown on his head? There are 3 different crowns that you can get in the final mix version of the game. You can get a bronze, a silver, and a gold by doing 3 different tasks. And one of them is by defeating all 13 Data Org members. One of them is by defeating Terra, which is the boss we'll hopefully be defeating later. And then a bunch of mushrooms, like these mini-game type things we have to do. It doesn't actually boost your stats in any way. It's purely just an achievement, just kind of showing off.
Yeah. I also want to point out, we're at 867,000.
Yeah.
I believe in all of you. We have the rest of this run. We have 2 more boss fights to go. I believe we can get 900,000. I know the crowd behind me believes we can get to 900,000, right? Let's make it happen. All right, now we're done with Xemnas. Everything from here on out is going to fly super quickly. We go straight into Lexius next. I'm going to let Spike take most of this one, I think, as well as Bloody, obviously, talking when he can.
Yeah, the main idea here is you're going to be using a lot of Reflect throughout it. He's going to be using some ground shake attacks where rocks shoot up from the ground, so he has to make sure to just stay in specific spots. You'll also notice that he has a power level gauge that goes up. As the fight goes, he will become more dangerous. So again, using Reflect through each of these jumps. He wanted to hit that first HP gate, which he hit relatively quickly. Using Reflect through that grab attack he was trying to use on him right there.
Throwing a Blizzard in between 2 of the Reflects there just to be able to let the Reflect deal damage and get to the Reflect finisher very quickly.
All right, so we should be coming up close to the final phase right here. You can see the rocks are gradually getting bigger and bigger. All right, keeping that correct spacing with final form here. Again, the Fyragas here are not adding any revenge value. So he's running this down to the end of it.
Go all the way until he's completely out of MP, throw an Elixir. And now we're going straight into Duck Flare. Fantastic fight.
It's kind of a weird quirk that we found somewhat recently that instead of doing like full out air combos while you're using Duck Flare, you actually just want to continually jump, use those little aerial spirals, landing on the ground, resetting it, and just doing that over and over again.
All right, now we get Psyx. This is going to look pretty similar to what we saw in the any % portion of the run. But instead, we're going to start with Final Form.
Yeah, getting in as much damage as we can here with that.
Set this combo up so that I can get into the corner and
get the same thing set up.
And here we go. Now, it's going to look pretty similar, but with a lot more Blizzards instead of physical attacks. It's going to be using Blizzard, Reflect. Oh, no.
Yeah, the timing on that is stupid.
No, it's actually
absolutely
very,
stupid.
very difficult.
Yeah.
You have to mash incredibly quickly.
I think just for the sake of safety.
Time it.
For the sake of safety, I think I'm just going to do Blizzard and then double Reflect. That's the safe way to go about it, but...
Yeah, he is sacrificing a little bit of damage there by not putting the slap shot in the middle.
Yeah, a lot of players have their different opinions on whether or not they want to mash or whether they want to time. And
yeah.
A lot of the timing is very different based on what moves you do. Like a Blizzard into a Blizzard, fastest play possible is a lot different from a Blizzard to a Reflect, for example, if you're timing it. So everyone has their own preferences.
And here we go. Now he's using 2 Reflects instead of 2 Blizzards, losing out on a little bit of damage.
And at this point,
the
Berserk phase, or the Berserk charge is all the way charged up, but the way we're attacking him, he still wants to retaliate instead of going into his desperation move.
Yeah, if we ever let him out of this loop, he's going to use this long, annoying DM. We really don't want to see that. Now we're going for the, at the very end, it's again faster to go into final form and use these Firagas. And we don't have to worry about our drive being recovered at the ends of all these fights, so great job.
All right, so this next fight is probably, it's the fastest fight in the run, and it's probably the craziest. I only have one thing to say. Keep an eye on that health bar.
Yeah, this is crazy. For any of you who have fought Larxene, you probably remember her splitting into multiple clones and then hating life because she's just hitting you from all these different angles. It turns out that splitting her into 2 clones is actually her greatest weakness.
We can now damage both of them, getting in effectively double damage.
So Bloody's doing it on purpose. He's specifically going to let her get into their 2 clones. Now all of this fire is dealing damage to her both times. It's not the same as Xemnas' clone. It's going to go into an explosion, reflect combos. And
watch that top right health bar.
Unbelievable, man. It's like 4.5, 5 bars just gone in a second.
Once again, getting her to that point where she had that brick wall, she's not going to get knocked up by anything, and then having 2 of them on screen getting demolished by that duck flare, or that comet. All right, so Roxas, another really cool fight. A lot of people probably died to this very quickly. Yeah, pretty cool loop we're going to be shooting for here in the second phase.
Yeah, the first phase, though, he's going to be starting off with these combos. He throws out a guard after each retaliation before going into Reflect, because there's one of 2 things Roxas can do. And this is the one that we didn't want to see. But he should be able to dodge it and get him right back into the loop.
After a while, he's going to engage in a mini-game with you, where if you call it correctly, then you will actually get both of his Keyblades. And if we play it right, he will never have them again.
Okay, here we go. It's very quick timing, hence the pause
Oh,
buffer.
yeah.
All
That's crazy.
Start with a dodge roll forward to get around that limit form.
And now the goal here is to provoke him to use this laser attack and use Ars Arcanum at the exact same time so that you can use the invulnerability from the first half of that. Little scary.
Ooh, I'm in trouble. Oh, I'm alive. Holy shit.
You're given 1.
That was crazy.
These Xantetsukins do so much damage with these extra Keyblades that he took from Roxas.
A lot of times he's having to just keep count of where that revenge value is every time to know when he's going to retaliate. Knowing then he can use the start of Rs, which gives him iframes. See, because right there, that would have hit him. The very first part of Rs has some iframes that he can work with. Again, right here as well. We got him down to the final bar. We got him close.
Scary there for a moment.
So that was just a little bit of health.
And that was entirely with skipping his big desperation move, the thing that wastes a lot of time. Unbelievable.
All right. Now we got Vexen coming up next.
Vexen is probably
It's a really bizarre way to avoid this guy's desperation move.
He's got a shield which has its own health bar. He's first going to want to get rid of that, and then we're going to be using, once again, the final form Firaga. He is weak, as you would imagine, once again, to fire.
And you notice that data bar that's climbing in the top left. What that is once it starts to climb, it's going to summon an anti-Sora clone, an anti-form Sora looking thing. Now, he's going to use the duck flare there. Sorry, I'm tripping over my words here. And he's going to let Anti-Sora actually spawn, and that's because that's how he's going to skip his desperation move. He can't use it while Anti-Sora is on the field. Then he immediately wants to trigger his shield to be brought back up. One more final form series of Firagas is going to take him out. Great job.
All right, so now we're going to switch into a bit of a more mage-centric build. Going to be putting on Bond of Flame.
Bond of Flame being the Keyblade you actually got from the Axel fight at the end of the any % run, giving you that fire boost, as you can imagine.
We're going to be using very fire-centric strategies.
The number of different Keyblades we use throughout this 20-something minute run is
pretty insane.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Now this is a strat that I think that like anybody could do at home if they really wanted to. Using Final Form Firaga and making sure that your spacing is correct.
Yep. And just don't use those finishers.
Yeah, don't use the finishers.
Definitely the most straightforward fight of the 13.
Now get your MP back once you're done. Now you're going to be at about 4 drive, so want to build that up while also using Firaga. Goofy's going to help you out. The Goofy Tornado is actually going to prevent his revenge value from going up, so he's never going to break out, and you get enough drive to go back into Final Form and continue this. And if all is done correctly, he should be done. Let's see here. Pretty close. Now, if he's left with that much, just go for a horizontal slash and you're good.
And that little bit of chip damage left, we kind of attributed to Goofy not doing as much with Tornado, or one of your fires just kind of not barely.
I think I should have done an extra fire there, now that I think about it, but either way, it works out. So.
All right, Demix, definitely the most gimmicky of all these fights you have to do. 90% of this fight, you're not even fighting him. You're taking on these water clones, and he spawns many different phases of the water clones. This is our only time we're going to be using Wisdom Form throughout the Data Org run, because it has a really good way of just being able to move all around and use its Firaga. The water clones react differently in this fight than they do in the regular version of the game, where in the regular version, you just hit each of the water clones once, they turn to a note, you can spin around with them and use Wild Dance. Now you need to actually hit them with finishers, so making it much more awkward to get to those. As you see, we just keep going into them. You only have a certain amount of time. If the time runs out, you lose the fight. Yeah, I believe this is the last water clone section.
Clones. Yeah, he can kind of do them in different orders, the number of clones that show up.
I actually know that. Yeah. So yeah, he's going to be taking these out, and then his goal is actually going to be to get Demix into the corner. So that's why he's baiting him out right there.
He's going to knock him up with the explosion here, and then he's going to keep using just a few Firagas, generally one at a time.
I can only use finishers if Goofy is using Tornado. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking for here.
Come on, Goofy, I believe.
On top of that, he needs Goofy to be throwing him Mega Elixirs, because he's only got 5 left, and he's going to use most of those. So he needs Goofy to throw him a couple throughout this fight.
Your boy Goofy's not being
Goofy
so helpful.
has done nothing.
Hey, there he is.
There we go. So now
we're just going to have to see how this plays out. Okay, that was good. Sometimes he can break out, even if he's using Tornado. Now we just have to get him back into the corner. The corner is probably the most important part.
We're not going to be able to skip this final desperation move, so we just get him under a bar, and now we have to take on the water clones. Because they're in the corner, now there's not as many spaces they can spawn.
They're kind of funneled into this cone, so that way he can hopefully take him out with this large fire attack constantly. For the last couple that he's going to use, he's going to summon 50 clones, and he's going to summon 99 clones, as well as 113. So now he's going to summon 99. It turns out that we actually want to bring our friend Duck Flare back, because every single rocket is going to hit a different clone. Use a little bit of fire to give us time to throw Mega Elixir. We're going to do the exact same thing over again.
That's so cool looking.
Unbelievable, dude.
All right.
There we go.
That's a very hard fight casually, just trying to get all 100 of those clones.
It's Zaldin, right?
Yeah, that leaves Zaldin and Zigbar as our last two.
We just saw Duck Flare. We harped on it a ton throughout the any % run, how powerful Duck Flare is. Just absolutely insane. He's going to switch Keyblades here. We're going to talk about it a bit. We're also not going to talk throughout most of this fight, but I want to mention Duck Flare. It's really powerful, and so is a move called Berserk Charge.
Okay.
Very precise timing for what he's about to do, so I'm going to give him a little bit of quiet time.
Let's see. Come here, bud. I'm going early. I see. Okay. I think that was Donald's fault. Yeah. Okay. Let's try that one more time.
As usual.
Donald!
So what he's trying to do is Berserk Charge is an ability that means whenever your MP is completely drained, whenever it's purple, you will never use a finisher. So you can carry a combo on endlessly. So he's using a Duck Flare while also using Berserk Charge.
Okay, yeah. That time it was late, so.
Again, each one of these, the timing is just unbelievable.
So the loop that I'm doing, while it might look like I'm just doing some air combos, it's actually a perfect stun lock that I have to land on this guy with horizontal slash. And the timing for every single horizontal slash that I do is like a 3-frame window. And I have to hit all of them. So that's the perfect loop.
Unbelievably precise. And you notice how many mega elixirs he's using? In order to even just create a file for Data Org runs, you need like 80 mega elixirs. It's insane.
All right, we are going to be doing essentially the same thing as Zigbar, just looping him the entire fight using that very precise strat.
And time will come at the end of this fight, so be ready on that, because we're going to give him some silence for this strat.
Time.
Yeah, brother. Yeah. Oh! Rock, paper, scissors.
All right, good stuff. So with that, that just leaves the incentives. Deciding to do the incentives right here at the end. So real quick to get to that file, we just need to, the fastest way to do that is to just die to something.
Do I need to switch profile?
No, where it's all right here.
Oh, okay.
So that's how quickly you can die in Data Org.
Yeah. All right, so that leaves Sephiroth and Terra. We're going to do Sephiroth first. I'm also going to, I'm going to give one attempt. We're going to do some restrictions here, all right? This is typically the Keyblade that you would use. It has the best damage output. We're going to use this bad boy.
Oh.
Shout outs to RPG Limit Break 2016.
He took all of his armor off, and he has a 0 strength Keyblade.
Yep, the worst Keyblade in the game.
All right, let's do this.
But it makes some great noises. Walk out.
That's enough.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Just wanted to make sure you heard those noises. So he's going to be doing 2 combos in a row each time here in this first phase, ending with an explosion on the second one, which will force him to retaliate. He has to be careful about each move that Sephiroth can use. He'll often use the dash or the teleport swing. The other thing he could use is the attack with the reaction command.
Yeah. Sephiroth moves very fast, and you haven't noticed his sword is very long, so it can catch you from almost anywhere, so he has to be able to react. Whoa.
Oh, dodge rolling that instead of using the reaction command is insanely tight timing.
Explosion is a great finisher because it also, if you just want to get them to their revenge value, it adds a ton.
Huh. Okay,
so
spawned on the side there.
He's into the second phase now, so he has to use Reflect across anytime he uses these orbs. He's going to be going into Trinity again here because this pillar attack is just brutal to deal with. I would imagine into Limit form next.
Yeah, for the safety.
So he's going to go into Limit form for the heal and the MP refill, and then he revert almost immediately. Reflecting these orbs away again, waiting for him to run up close. Now this is our free punishment, even though it would reduce him to 1 health and no MP.
Yeah, that's actually what you want to see most of the time because it's so easy to punish.
Dodge rolling it again for swag. I don't care if you say it's faster, it's for swag.
Casual.
He's a little close.
Every time.
I keep thinking you're early.
And now soon he'll be pushing him into the last phase.
That's enough.
Getting away here.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. We can punish him again.
All right, almost here at the end phase here.
Give in to the dark.
It's gonna come straight up to me. Okay.
There's a lot of subtle movements to Sephiroth that Bloody's having to pay attention to be able to read exactly what he's about to do.
Yeah, if that hits me at all, I'm dead. That's the end.
Oh yeah, that's a one-shot.
All right, so pretty soon he's going
Yeah,
into the
right
last
around
phase.
here. Right around here.
And when he does, he's going to power up, and Bloody's going to have to start an attack and time it so that the finisher interrupts him as soon as he becomes vulnerable.
Give in to the dark.
Now getting
Not gonna
close
let
to
him get away with
distance.
that. That's a pretty bad setup. I'm gonna go into limit form again.
Limit form again is just to recover his MP and also give him iframes through that last attack.
That's enough.
Gonna push him again here. Hopefully we can avoid some meteors, but we'll see.
Descend. Heart.
He really wants to say that sentence.
Give in to the dark.
Okay, so he used retaliating slash there. He's gonna go into limit form and try to finish off the fight without ever seeing his big meteor DM. Ragnarok. Unbelievable. First try, no armor, sweet memories.
Sweet memories.
The Keyblade.
The bees.
So that leaves us, we've done almost everything you can in this game, at least the cool stuff. We have one boss
last thing.
left.
One last thing. One last save to load.
Lingering Will, otherwise known as Terra.
Yes. All right. Right down here. This is mostly considered the hardest boss in the game, and I would probably agree with you. He's also probably my favorite boss in the game. Let's just go ahead and get started.
So we're going to be starting off. There's a number of different attacks or phases that he can use here at the start. He's going to go right into, I think it's Comet, to make sure he doesn't, no, Duck Flare, to make sure that he doesn't get Mike Terra's punched out right there.
Yeah, because there is a couple attacks that if you aren't immediately pressing a button, he'll completely one-shot you. Now, he knows everything about his revenge value for this fight, and he's trying to push him past a certain point so that way he can actually get right up next to it and then use Final Form to deal a lot of damage. There are 3 phases to this fight, and he's going to try to push him into the second phase almost immediately.
Yeah, doing all those horizontal slashes, that air combo instead of the ground combo at the beginning, was just because it timed it out kind of perfectly.
So we got him into the second phase now. There are 2 types of well, there's 2 main types of phases or styles of this phase that he can give you. One is the Rising Sun phase, which is what we want and is what we appear to be in at the moment. The other is Bike phase, which we really don't want to see. There are a few other moves he can use as well, but mainly we want to see this Rising Sun attack. He can either whip after it 0 times, 1 times, or 2 times, and he can also use a second Rising Sun. So he has to be ready for any of those adaptations because everyone will kill him.
Yeah, those whip attacks actually kind of have like an absorption aspect to it. It'll suck you in. So he has to move away, go back in, possibly have to back out.
The other big thing about this fight, look at that health bar. He's going to deal more damage the longer he can keep consistently doing damage within a series of combos. That's why the explosion at the end of this combo will deal a lot more than the one at the beginning of, or at the end of the first combo.
Okay, we're going to need to be using Duck Flare. We're about to hit the third phase. I'm going to be a little safe.
Now in the third phase, he can use his Desperation move. Oh, geez. That's Mike Terra's punch out. It's a one-shot.
Okay, so we should be hitting that third phase here very soon.
There we go.
Okay, so this is his Desperation move. This is
the
hopefully
craziest Desperation move in the game.
Yeah, unbelievable, and hopefully the only time we're going to see it. He has to do 3 guards there, fly away as he tries to chase him and teleport. He's going to back himself into a corner, wait for Terra to teleport to him, guard 2 times, a 3rd time, and then dodge roll. And now he's going to hopefully never see that move again. He's going to start with limit form here and throw an ether as he uses a limit so that he gets his full MP refilled. Now he goes into his second Ars Arcanum after his Antetsuken. He's starting to deal a lot more damage now, as you can tell.
We'd like to see our party members throwing up those Mega Elixirs.
Yeah, and it's crucial that they throw one up here. Otherwise, we're going to see
Yo,
that DM
Goofy,
again.
our boy.
Goofy's amazing, and here we go, Ragnarok to finish it off. Yeah! Unbelievable.
Yeah. So that's Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix.
Yeah.
That's pretty much everything. I don't really have much else to say except thank you to GDQs for allowing me to do this again. It was really an honor just to showcase all of this. And had a really great time. Had a lot of fun. Thank you guys to everybody on the couch for the great commentary. It was wonderful. Hopefully you guys enjoy the game. Pick it up. If you want to learn how to speedrun it, you can probably contact some of us. We have a community Discord. You can learn the strats. You can learn any Kingdom Hearts game under the sun, basically. Just whatever you want.
And if you have some questions for Bloody, we're about to do an interview with him as well. Yeah. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Edobing, thank you for donation reading. You were awesome.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And yeah, I think we're done here. Anything else? Thank you guys. And thank you, of course, GDQ, the crowd, the fans. You guys are the real MVP. All right.
All right, welcome back, guys. Our Summer Games Done Quick 2017. We're gonna go and kind of chill a little bit, relax after that amazing Kingdom Hearts 2 run. And we're gonna go ahead and play a couple of ads for you, so stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Claim loot in Overwatch. Get 1 golden loot box with a guaranteed legendary item. Plus more coming soon. Plus a free channel sub every 30 days and ad-free viewing on Twitch. Play Warframe and get the exclusive Prime with Prime Bundle. Instantly unlock one of the most sought-after Warframes, Frost Prime. You'll also get an exclusive Prime Cyan Dana, a Warframe slot, and a Dragon mod pack. Start your free trial of Twitch Prime today.
All right, and we're also going to be playing another ad from our lovely sponsor, Twitch. And welcome back to Summer Games Done Quick 2016. I am Edobing, your host. I'm going to be reading a couple of donations that I really didn't get to go through before we start the interview. We have a $20 donation from Fire Resonator that says, I'm going through a rough time right now, and the stream is keeping me a little happy. We have a $20 donation from Anonymous that says, hello, long-time watcher, first-time donator. My girlfriend lost her mother today, and it felt like at least I could do was donate to help save lives around the world. Keep running and raising money for a great cause. Save the animals. $20 from 1056 that said I had to donate to the person who I first saw Kingdom Hearts and got me into it. Can't wait to see an amazing run and good luck as always. And remember, thank Nominee. We have a couple of no message donations, $150 from Jadis and $150 from Anonymous. Thank you so much. We do appreciate your donations. We have an $80 donation from Zesty Crab that says, you guys are awesome. Save those animals. And a $5 donation from Catherine J that says, watching this run and the chat has just turned into PogChamp. And now we're going into our interview of Kingdom Hearts of our lovely run that we just saw with Bl00dyBizkitz. J-Hubs, Spike Vegeta, Sent, take it away.
How's it going, everybody? I am J-Hobbs. I'm joined here with somebody and two awesome people. And I'm joined here with Spike, Bloody, and Dax. You just saw us. We took about 10 minutes to walk over here. And really, we want to get more info out of you, Bloody, because that was insane. I'm going to immediately just jump right into a social media question because I love this question. So first of all, from Kerf Murph, Bloody, just how?
How much work does this take?
I mean, I've been playing the game casually for like probably 10 years or so now, like ever since the game came out. And just lots of dedication, lots of practice, just constantly pushing yourself. Like, hey, I might be like first place in this category, but like there's still 2 minutes of time save. I have to like keep trying. I have to keep pushing myself.
It really is amazing to see, with the game having been out, even the original Kingdom Hearts 2 being out for 11 years now, how we're still every day finding new strats all over the place, all the optimization. Crazy, the last couple months we've just now seen the Berserk charge strats you just used.
Yeah.
I mean, how much work was just Zigbar and Zaldin alone that we saw at the end?
I learned that originally on the PlayStation 2 version, and I think the frame window is even tighter, and you have to use even more duck flare because it's not nearly as good. So the first, like, I started practicing that, and then I think maybe a month and a half later, I got like my first perfect fight.
Wow.
It was it was a lot of failure and a lot of grinding to actually get it down.
Unbelievable. I want to know, when you have a run that's RNG manipulated like Data Org is nowadays,
right,
and it goes off the rails, how do you kind of prepare for that? Did you do a lot of runs where you specifically let the RNG manipulation break in order to practice?
Sometimes.
Or do you rely on some older just information that you've known from previous years of running it?
Right, yeah. Sometimes I would just like let it go and just keep going with the fight and just see what would happen. But a lot of it is just experience with the fight. Just like I said, I've been playing this game casually for a long, long time. So the Data Orgs, like even I know like the very basic mechanics of what I need to do to actually beat the fight, even if it goes wrong.
Yeah, it was cool to see, even though the RNG manipulation was broken immediately. I'm sure that was heartbreaking for you. You always want to have that good run. But I love seeing a runner in that moment have to say, all right, it's done. We're not in the past anymore. We got to keep moving forward.
Having to improvise is one of the craziest things in speedrunning, I think. It's really where you get to see the skill of the runner way past just muscle memory.
Right.
Very, very cool. Well, we got another social media question. I'm going to let Spike take this one.
Sure, from JC4273. What's your favorite cage game? Let's each answer this. What's your favorite cage game, and what's your favorite Keyblade from that game? Right. Dax, we'll start with you.
Oh, favorite cage game? Cage 2, definitely, still. 2FM. And favorite Keyblade from that game, Sweet Memories, dog. Sweet Memories.
Sweet Memories. Yeah.
I've never felt happier than I have using that Keyblade. It's a shame that it sucks so much.
Great sound effects.
Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix for me, for sure. Just the final mix version like added so much. It's just definitely my favorite. Favorite Keyblade, probably would surprise you because like I'm such a hardcore speedrunner. I love Ultima Weapon, dude. It's
sure.
It's like the perfect.
It always looks amazing. Yeah.
It's like the perfect casual blade, dude, and it just looks cool. The sound effects are really, really good. You usually don't use it because there are better Keyblades out there, but it's probably like got a warm spot in here.
Sure. I'll switch up. Let's say Kingdom Hearts 1. I actually love Kingdom Hearts 1 quite a bit. Probably gone back to it speedrunning more. And, it's one Keyblade that we actually never used in the speedrun because it's too long. I always thought the pumpkin head Keyblade was really cool as a kid.
Yeah. It's probably Kingdom Hearts 1 final mix for me too. Although, as a kid, I think I would have said KH2. I think I really enjoyed the combat in that. But I think Kingdom Hearts 1 for me now. And I like the Olympia Keyblade, man. It's just this big, fat Keyblade.
I'm with you, dude.
And it's so
good.
Yeah, it's pretty strong for a long time. It's just really cool. I love it.
Shall we do another social media question here from Team Skull THG? What's your favorite Organization 13 member to fight? What is the most satisfying fight to pull off?
I think Roxas.
Roxas
honestly.
still. I remember you said that 2 years ago. I know with all the new strats and we shifted around.
No,
it's still
really cool. It's still really insane.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of my most favorite fights in the entire game.
Really cool one. Now, how did it feel? Even before the social media, I want to ask you, how did it feel knowing that there was that one point in the SGDQ 2015 run where you took a death on Xemnas 1 from jumping up, just slightly getting an angle wrong, a strat that you were just trying, and then nailing it here as your kind of redemption? What do you think?
Honestly, I didn't really feel much redemption. It was just because immediately after that run in 2015, I just like went back. And I took a few days, and I did the fight correctly, and I've been doing the fight correctly for so many months.
So now it's just there.
To the point where it's literally just muscle memory, like that's exactly what's supposed to happen. Like, I mean, I could see like, being torn up about that being the only death in that one run.
Right. Sure.
But I think I've gotten past, I've gone beyond that for sure.
Yeah, you handled it all very well, I thought, even through some of the deaths.
Yeah.
So people can get desensitized with how easy it is to die in that game.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I want to have another question just for the four of us here. Okay. Each of us pick a different game. Cool. Each of us have a different answer for this. Give me one category. If I want to get into Kingdom Hearts speedrunning, each of us take a different one. One category that you would recommend people get into.
Okay. You want to go first?
For Kingdom Hearts 2?
For any of the Kingdom Hearts series, we have a million categories we can get into. What's the most beginner-friendly or ones you like?
I mean, if we're focusing on, let's say, Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, either just beginner any percent, I think is very solid, just in terms of having less risk of death. And there are a lot of fundamentals that you can carry over into something like Proud Mode in KH1 or Critical Mode in KH2 that make both really fun and interesting to run in very different ways. But like beginner is definitely a starting point. But we have people that start with Data Org, as their very first thing. So you can really do whatever you want. I wouldn't recommend that, but
maybe a little discouraging.
You have some people that will do the hardest possible thing. So
let's why don't we bounce, mix it up?
Sure.
So I'm gonna say Kingdom Hearts 1, Destiny Islands Level 1 Battle RTA.
God.
Are you kidding me, man? This is a category. My very first run of it took 3 hours, and then it goes down to a 4-minute category. It's how ridiculously difficult it is. So I'm just gonna say, well, I mean, he took 1 FM beginner, so go run that. Hey, it also takes 2 seconds to make a file. It takes 7 minutes. You got to get up to like the first save point. Bam, you got a file.
Bloody for you.
I would probably agree with Dax. 1 FM beginner is probably what I would. I think it's the best just because due to length and just like the strats themselves aren't necessarily hard, but it's like the consistency and staying on point and dealing with the random elements in that category. It's a perfect category that's like easy to learn, hard to master.
Right.
So it's easy to get into, but if you want to get serious about it, then it's like the perfect challenge for you.
Right. I'm going to show some love to Kingdom Hearts 2. I know we've kind of jumped off it a little bit here, but yeah, Kingdom Hearts 2 beginner, I think across any of the categories, whether you want to pick up the original KH2, you want to do Final Mix, the import, you want to do the new PS4 version, you're in 3 hours going to be able to get a run that has so much depth to it, and it's so satisfying to pull off every single fight. You might say, oh, not as satisfying as Crit. It's still satisfying. It's still amazing to see how all these different techniques and tools you're given link together.
Kingdom Hearts 2 beginner is probably one of the most
That's what I started with.
underrepresented categories out there by far.
Absolutely.
Very hard. I want to direct my next question at Dax, actually. Now, we've obviously watched a lot of Kingdom Hearts runs, watch people's streams all the time and stuff. But sitting here live on stage watching it, as the rest of us did, make you want to come back? Make you want to come back and run the categories more?
I mean, I got a life, dude. I can't be spending 4 hours a run, as much as I want to, because I really do absolutely love the series and stuff. But that is why I spend, again, if you don't have the time but you do have the time to have short little practice sessions and commit and that sort of thing, and you also like being able to use practically everything you have in a short amount of time. Data Org is a very fun, very hard, but very fun run. So I actually did a lot of data. I still mess around with it a lot of the time. I can jump on it, I can practice it, and I can do these short 30-minute runs. And there's also, we have a Cavern of Remembrance RTA, which is super fun, 5 minutes. So there are other ways to mess with it, but I do miss the KH1 beginner 80% a little bit.
Dude, you went in hard, though, on Kingdom Hearts 0.2, a fragmentary
Which is
passage.
also like a 22-minute run, but the problem with that game is that it sucks, so don't play it. So
I thought you were going to go
folks.
into that and recommend it. No.
it's just bad.
No, it's just bad.
Yeah.
There's a tech demo for Kingdom Hearts 3. We're praying that'll be better. Anyways,
Let's do another social media
this
question.
This is my favorite social media question. Everyone again gets an answer. Everyone in chat posts your favorites as well. From Amaryllis Masaki, what is our favorite Disney movie? I'll take the first one.
Yeah,
I think Beauty and the Beast is dope.
It's probably like top three Disney
it's so
movie by
good.
far. Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna go ahead and take the next one, Aladdin. There would be so many times in my childhood where I remember just taking the VHS, watching Aladdin, rewinding it, just over and over for 3 days straight.
Sure. Shout outs to rewinding, by the way. Do the kids know what that means anymore?
What is a VHS?
I got to go with Lion King, man. Lion King's too good. So good. I definitely grew up with that one. And plus, it's got James Earl Jones in it.
Yeah.
I have a huge soft spot for Lilo and Stitch.
For Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah, it's I don't know what it is. Aloha, whatever.
Good one. All right, we got another one from Superb King Z24. Why should people learn Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix instead of any other KH game, or even in any other game in general? What is it about 2FM that you love? Give me your pitch.
It's a crazy action RPG with a lot of depth, and it's really responsive, really fun. Just as a game, it's just so solid and well built.
Right.
And then when you get to the speedrun aspect of it, it almost just makes it even sweeter. Just to know that, wow, this all works really well together, and it's really well balanced out to the point where maybe in another RPG you would find one mechanic that just kind of defeats every single boss, and you just use it for everything. But it's pretty well balanced out in Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. You're using a lot of stuff, and there's a lot of creativity,
Even
a lot
with
of
how
variety.
powerful we saw, Duck Flare to be in this version of the game.
Duck Flare is amazing in this version, but there's still a lot of
do so
variety.
much.
It's not just literally go in, press a button for Duck Flare, and it kills the boss. There's so many different setups, so many different things you have to understand about each of the boss fights.
You can't just go up to Zigbar and be like, I'm going to press the Duck Flare button and just kill it. No, there's a lot more to it. You got to be decent at the game to know how to use these tools.
Guys, we're getting set up for the Super Mario Brothers relay right now, the 2D relay. We're going across 5 games. We've got a lot of people setting up over there right now. I actually want to break away a little bit from Kingdom Hearts and just ask each of you guys, outside of Kingdom Hearts, because we have established we're all Kingdom Hearts nerds right here. What are your favorite types of speed games? What do you like to run outside of these? Sure, yeah, go for it.
Well, before Kingdom Hearts, I came from a Sonic background. I'm still very much invested in that. So mostly a Sonic 06 runner. But Generations is definitely a personal favorite. In fact, Unleashed and Generations, I'm just going to say, watch Sonic Unleashed all-day stages. Just watch it. Find the top runners. Find people like Joshua Sakel and all those guys. Find them, watch them. It's one of the most incredible speed games, in my opinion.
It might be the most underappreciated speed run out there.
It's a very unappreciated game. And but yeah, a lot of the Sonic community has been just super welcoming in the last few years, and it's kind of what I got started on. So that a lot of the Sonic games and the variety that they have, different elements of them really kind of keep me coming back to them, and just a lot of cool guys in there.
Absolutely. Blood, you want to take this one?
I think secretly, when I first even knew of the existence of speedrunning, I fell in love with 3D Zelda games, like Ocarina of Time,
Dude,
Twilight
you
Princess,
tried out
Wind
Twilight
Waker.
Princess.
Yeah, I did, and a little bit of Bingo and Ocarina of Time.
Right.
Just it's crazy just seeing how broken a game can get once you. So I just kind of have a soft spot in my heart for those games.
I love Metroidvanias, man. Metroidvania games are built for speedrunning because they give you such an instant goal, right? Because the whole entire point of Metroidvanias, if you don't know, is everything is more or less accessible to you, except you don't have the powers to get to different places, and they save the better powers for the end. And so for a speedrunner, it's all right, how can I get the better powers before the end?
It's built to be broken and have speedruns.
It's so great. It involves so many interesting just routing techniques, different ways of thinking about what a game is for you. And so with that, I gotta say Ori and the Blind Forest is a big one for me too, specifically. But Metroidvanias in general.
And I'm just going to say, in general, I love platformers, 2D, 3D, probably more drawn to 2D platformers. But, I'm looking forward to Sonic Mania come out. I'll say that about it. Love the Donkey Kong Country games, Rayman games, Mario games. I'll take any of them. As long as it's fun to move from the left side of the screen to the right side of the screen, I'm going to take it. All right, guys, once again, we are setting up for that Mario relay. I want to shift the camera a little bit over this way.
Yeah, because, again, perpetually off screen is sent.
It's been weird.
I don't know how you always do it. Do you ever sleep?
No, I just live back here actually. I got a little bed. It's great.
Oh, that's what this pillow's for. Oh, well, okay. Now I understand. Anyways, Sen, what do you have for us? Because I know it's a lot and I know it's great.
Oh, I certainly do. I have some cool stuff. But real quick, I do want to go back to one of the Twitter questions you guys asked and just say I can't believe nobody said Lilo and Stitch for favorite Disney movie.
Oh, he did. That was
said Lilo and Stitch.
You guys are best friends now.
It's a bit hard to hear each other, folks, but yes,
they're setting up a lot of stuff over there.
Anyway, guys, we definitely have some really cool prizes coming up. I know everyone's been waiting for the Mario relay. We got some cool stuff for it. So first off, from the Nerd Stitchery, we have this great little cross stitch of SMB3. I'm sure a lot of people can tell exactly where that is in 1-1. I'm sure a lot of people have died to that exact fireball. Next up here.
That is awesome looking.
Yeah. From an 8-bit, we have this awesome 3D SMW perler. It's really cool. It's definitely a different take on a 3D perler than I've ever seen done before. And it's so sweet. I love it. And you know what? In fact, I'm going to put this in my item slot. I might need this one later.
I just want to know how that works.
How does that?
It's in 3D, dude.
Yeah, I'm going to spoil the magic. There's little slots in the base.
Who made this one? Do you know?
8-bits.
8-bits. Wow.
Definitely
Good job.
Cool dude.
That's amazing looking.
So if we head out here, on the table, we have a really cool Mario pixel quilt crocheted to us by Sherry Shish. That's, I believe, a $20 minimum during the relay. Definitely a cool quilt. Keep someone warm during the winter. Maybe stomp on some Goombas for you. Who knows?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
All right.
But finally here, I have something pretty special for you guys.
I could tell you were holding back a little bit.
I've been holding back a little. Now,
okay, show us the big guns, man.
Oh, I will. We definitely have some, pretty cool things, some pretty valuable things GDQ throughout the years. But this might actually be one of the craziest prizes we've ever been able to display. So inside this lovely leather case here, let's pop it open. We have this amazing Nile Black Swan luxury watch. Now these are handmade. This is old-time craftsmanship at its best in a watch. And, I know normally we like to have fun, we like to joke around, but really I got to share the story of how this came to be. So I got in touch a few months ago with a really awesome guy called David Ho. And he told me a story that I've heard a lot of times through donations. In fact, it's pretty much a meme now, hey, long-time viewer, first-time donor. I was a poor college student, couldn't really do anything throughout my college and apprenticeship, but twice a year I loved watching GDQ. And recently he got hired at Nile Watches, a luxury watch company out in the Midwest. Hey, he's like, hey, they gave me a company watch. I want to give it to you guys. But you know what?
No way.
He took it a step further, because not only do we have the watch, we have it custom engraved. This watch has the logos of both MSF and GDQ, alongside a beautiful pattern that resembles the Sheikah slate from Breath of the Wild.
Wow.
This is a one-of-a-kind watch, truly.
That's unbelievable.
And
can we even guess what the value of something like that is?
I'd like to hear you guess the value. Let's go for it.
$200 million.
All right, bring it down.
Okay,
bring it down.
$100.
$1,500.
So the watch is valued before the engraving at about $4,000.
$4,000?
It's a pretty impressive watch. But if you guys would like to have a chance to win this amazing watch, it's going to be $200. And I know, that's a lot. I see some people kind of recoiling.
It's not that much when it's a $4,000 watch.
That's a pretty good drawing.
It's $200 cumulative from now until the end of the marathon. So guys, get those donations in for all these awesome prizes. Get your donations in for all the awesome stuff that's happening tomorrow. And hey, you know what? That $200 also gets you in for the amazing Corsair PC we're running as a grand prize.
I thought that was going to be the big thing, man.
Jeez.
Got a watch.
The devil.
That is, it's just unbelievable.
It's amazing. Anyway, you know, guys, it's always great to be here. Thank you so much, Spike and J-Hobbs, for that wonderful interview. You know, thank you so much to Bl00dyBizkitz for that amazing Kingdom Hearts run, and Dax for the excellent commentary. That was definitely great, guys. Can we get one more round of applause for the awesome Kingdom Hearts run we just saw on Data Org? That was crazy.
Yeah.
He said the runners, so we can clap. Yeah.
All right, and with that, I'm Sent. We have J-Hobbs, Spike, and Bl00dyBizkitz Dax. We're going to throw it back to the host as we get ready for the Super Mario Series Relay. Stay tuned, guys. Get hype. It's going to be crazy.
Woo!
Welcome back, guys. We are still on our way getting ready. I'm going to read a couple donations that I didn't get to go through. We have a $5 donation from Mara that says, amazing run from both BB and the couch. Thanks for a great week. We have a $50 donation from Frothing Slosh that says, we can do it, SGDQ, 900,000. $10 from Heath194 that says, doing my part to donate for the 900K. Let's make Cloud, I mean Spike Vegeta, proud. $45 from Swaffle that says, super pumped for the Super Mario Relay. Let's get that 900K before the end of Kingdom Hearts, and as always, kill the animals. Not quite there, we're at 874 right now, but we're getting closer. I'm hoping we can get there. $10 from Tensa that says, okay, here's $10 more. Take my money for 900K. We have a $4,500 donation. Ooh. Saying, thank you to all the generous donors and incredible runners. I've seen firsthand the great need there is in the world for amazing organizations like Doctors Without Borders, and I'm so proud that a community of awesome nerds can make such an impact. Thank you all. Thank you for that donation, Jack. I appreciate it. We got a $250 donation from Blitz8's1981, a $150 donation from Anonymous. Hey, oh my gosh, there's a lot of no messages. $150 from Anonymous, $150 from Riley94. Thank you guys. I know you guys didn't say anything, but your donation obviously says everything, so thank you. $30 from Gilbert that says, let's hit 1 million by the end of today. $200 from Anonymous that says, Kingdom Hearts has always been one of my favorite series, so I had to be the first time donator for such a good cause during it. Best of luck on the run. My work will be matching this. Wow, that's nice. $40 from Crocodile. I believe that's how you pronounce it. It's very weird. What an amazing hostess. Glad to donate during one of my favorite franchises. Shoutouts to Aiden and Kellen for being busters, and have fun pronouncing my name. Hopefully I did that right. $100 from Anonymous that just simply says, thanks. Got a $50 donation from Stefan Tanner that says, gotta comment fast. Okay, thanks, bye. That was a very, very fast comment. Thank you. $150 from Sunrise on Zeeve says, the animals appears in Metroid Fusion, making it canon as Samus saves them in Super Metroid. If we kill them, we'll be going down a dark alternate timeline, and no one wants that. Spacebound Bear donates $50 saying, nice run, BB. What an awesome way to showcase the awesome strats and difficulty of Final Mix. Shoutouts to the couch. I miss you guys. The GDQs always amaze me. Gaming's coming together for charity and good times. Also, Dolan, please. Yeah, $50 donation from GFX Ambassador that says, great Kingdom Hearts run. Over 140,000 current viewers enjoying this on Twitch. If everyone just donates $1, we'll be over 1 million. Donate now. Bizkitz47 donates $20 saying, as promised, here's $20 for the deaths during the run. And he shout outs his good luck for the extra incentives, which they've already gone through. Dimaxion donates $150 saying, shout outs to all the doctors, nurses, and other staff members of Doctors Without Borders for the hard work and sacrifices they make to help people all over the world. And just as a reminder, guys, as we're still setting up and everything, we still have an incentive that needs to be met, and that is for Final Fantasy VII's Omni/Sephiroth. If you really want Spike Vegeta to defeat Sephiroth in style, we just need $20,000. Right now we're at $8,533. So if you want Spike to show some killer moves, make that happen, guys. Got a $50 donation from Miria that says, it's a me, Meowrio. Miria loves her cats. Thank you, Tundra Beaver, for your $100 donation saying, always love the GDQs, doing my part to reach 900K. Yeah, $50 donation from Oh No, It's a Bear, saying super psyched for the Mario Relay Race. Got a $5 donation from Kuaz that says 1 million tonight. Let's go. Should have said let's go. Got an anonymous donation of $50 saying no time to save wildlife, going too fast, kill the animals, save the frames. We have a $100 donation from Dekula saying, do the Mario, swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go do the Mario. Haven't watched that show in ages. All right, guys, this is the moment you've been waiting for. It's time for the Super Mario Series Relay Race!
Well, welcome everybody to the 2D Warpless Mario Relay. If the staff is ready for us, we can go ahead and get started pretty soon.
All right, I'm gonna count it down to 5. If you guys like to join me, that'd be fine. So in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Woo! All right, well, to start off with, we have our 3 teams here. We have Team Birdo, we have Team Boom Boom, and we have Team Reznor. Up for Team Birdo, we have Mr. Cab, 55. For Team Boom Boom, we have Lack Attack, 24. And for Team Reznor, we have Cosmic D, 12.
Yep, and we could do a quick roll call. I'm John Carls. I am representing Team Birdo. Who's representing Team Birdo? Woo!
I'm Author Blues, and I'm representing Team Boom Boom, also the winning team.
Not so much.
I'm Skybills. I'm representing Team Reznor. Y'all better make me proud. Let's hear you scream.
So you'll notice right away some differences in strats going on here. You'll notice that Mr. Cab is using a large fire Mario, whereas